People irritate me when they say go back to your own country like it's that easy. Immigrants, documented or undocumented, living in this country give up everything to come to the US, selling their homes and personal belongings before moving here with their entire families. So how exactly are they just to pack up and go? Go back to what? It does not work like that. Lives are already built here. Jobs, kids in school and college, health issues that could only be treated here, homes already bought. So what do y'all mean when you say just go back? Some people escape death, and the USA is their safe haven. Lots of people would die for simply returning home. This is humanity we're speaking about, guys. Why are we segregating immigrants from the rest of the human race? And to the black Americans who are loud and proud supporting Trump, it is madness. Shame on y'all. Y'all ancestors were immigrants, forced undocumented immigrants that birthed you here, but now it's leave my country? Listen, change your mindset and your mentality.
Some of us came from K-Shot Academy. Some people stand up and rise. Some people sit and cry.
We get that most immigrants can't go home. And this is what I mean, or they're not welcome. I'm gonna start from the end of what she said. First and foremost, we're not Black Americans. We're not immigrants. I think that's a Caribbean accent. I could be wrong, but if it is, nobody from the Caribbean calls their ancestors immigrants that were enslaved in the Caribbean or Central or South America. Nobody calls them that. So when you get here, we don't want to hear that part. Now, this is the thing that's more important than that. Just on the sense of humanity, right? We get that when you come to this country, generally, either you're going to lose your culture or you're not going to be welcome back in your homeland. Generally. And this is so just from us being observant, right? We can start with white America. They say all the time, I'm German. You ain't. Germans will be like, no, you're not. I'm you know, I'm Russian. No, you're not. They don't claim you. Like even the Irish here, Irish people in Ireland have an issue with the Irish people here because of them participating with racism and oppression. And it's like that's so un-Irish of you. We ain't claiming you like that. So that's just with white America, right? Whether it's Greece or Spain or whatever, right? So that goes for them. They don't speak all of these other languages from these places that they are originally from. They're not in tune with their own quote unquote culture in their homeland. Now, but what we watch for, I'm talking about immigrants generally, but we've watched y'all enough to know that some of y'all do come here because of war torn countries, and you can't stay in your homeland because they might offer you. We get all that. Them people, we're gonna leave out of this. This is who we're gonna talk about though. We do know y'all come here and you've used going back to your home as a way to punish your kids. That we're here, so now we're better than them. We know that's a thing, and we know it causes a rift from here to your homeland. We know when y'all go home that they don't necessarily consider y'all whatever you are because they consider you an American now. You get what I'm saying? So we know that already. And I'm talking about this because a lot of times it's looked at as misplaced hatred and anger towards us in Black America, as if we don't know, you don't have this type of smoke for the people in your homeland when they got all this smoke for you for being here. You get what I'm saying? So we know, like, you get here, and in some ways you come here and you want to be and you want to buy into the American dream and go for that, which is cool, whatever. But in that, you want to represent where you from. We get it. But also in that process, sometimes in your homeland, people expect you to, well, since you there, you're supposed to help us here. So now y'all have responsibilities to find the American dream here and take care of people back at home. And we've known for a long time about some of y'all are just getting used by your own people. So now you here taking care of yourself here, taking care of people there, and then when you go back home, you're not really welcome there because they're looking at you as as an American meal ticket. When you gonna send me some money? Why are you here with us? Well, you should be over there sending me some money. We know about that part. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we've known for a very long time about, hey, look, I got this back home, I got that back home. And some of y'all really believe y'all got stuff back home because y'all have been, giving your family money to take care of this and that. And, I should have a house here and I should have a house there. And there's way too many stories of y'all going back home and realizing you didn't spent 5, 10, 15, 20 years paying for something that you don't have because they were just out here, balling on your budget. But I say that to say, but your anger sometimes is towards us. And this ain't, I've seen it with people. Um, let's do this in the Hispanic community, in the Caribbean community, and the African community. Seen it. It's a thing. Sometimes, and sometimes people cut off their family because it's like, yo, I got used. And sometimes like I'm just gonna make my better life here. So I'm gonna be an American, but be whatever nationality I am, because I'm gonna represent that while I'm here. But I'm not going back home no more. I'm not doing it. You know, and some people, how can I say this? Some people, in my opinion, have like survivor's remorse or survivor's guilt. You know, and that's a thing too. And it takes them a long time. They just keep getting hurt and hurt and hurt. But it's like, but I'm here and y'all there, but I'm gonna keep going. Now, until they break. That's what I was trying to get to, until they break. Then you have this other issue. Some of you don't want to be um, where you're from. And America was your opportunity to quote unquote shed your culture per se. And we've seen that. You know, sometimes we talk about like people cosplaying. Um, and as a Black American, we've talked about people cosplaying Black Americans, but we've seen you try to cosplay everything. We've seen you try to cosplay Black America. We've seen you try to cosplay White America. You know what I'm saying? In some way, shape, form, or fashion. And when I said that, I left Asian people out because they're Asian people who like they're not really. Let's just say you can be Chinese, but when you go back to China, it's like, you're American. You're not really, you're really not really. You're Chinese. You're Chinese American. You're not really Chinese. You get what I'm saying? It's that, Asian. And we have that other thing where um, we've watched y'all deal with that too, but we've also watched y'all like, how can I say this? You've used America to ball on your nation. Yep. Since I'm here now, I'm balling on y'all. And it's like, and there's a resentment in that. And sometimes it's just your lifestyle is upgraded because you've been in America so long, and it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? And I've seen it like sometimes it's like, and I hate to say this, but some of y'all going back home is like a downgrade. It's like, I ain't, no, I ain't, mm-mm. And it's like, okay, so you got animosity for where you came from. You like being here. You got animosity for other people, for people here, and then it's like, and then people will say like, why don't you just go back home? But they don't put the two and two together that you don't want to go back home or you can't go back home. Or you don't feel welcome at home is what I would say. You get what I'm saying? And I can say it like this. Um I'm a person. When I was a child, I moved a lot, right? So it's not a one to one when I say this, but to me it's similar. So families from New Orleans. I'm born in New Orleans, from New Orleans. But as a teenager, as a child, from like birth to when I graduated high school, I lived predominantly in three different cities. You know, New Orleans, Chicago, and DC. And I kept hopping back. So now, if I go to New Orleans, um, it's like, yeah, I'm from here, but you know what I'm saying? I'm something else per se. I'm not. I'm New Orleans to a degree because I'm Chicago to a degree because and a little bit of DMV to a degree. So I can't just go back to New Orleans and be like, "Well, down, baby." No, I can't do that because in some ways, even being from there, because I'm not wasn't because I wasn't all the way raised there, I'd be cosplaying. You know what I'm saying? And people go, you don't have accent. Some people in New Orleans don't have accents either, by the way. Some of us don't. It's small. It's a small portion, but some of us don't. Um, I lost it. I lost it in Chicago actually. Um, but I get that. But I can go back home. I'm gonna have fun. I know where to go. I know what to do. You know what I mean? So, but I know, somebody. Where you from? I'm from here, but I moved a lot. I'm not even gonna sit there and I'm here because where you go to school at? I didn't go. I stopped at like fourth grade. I want to say fourth. Yeah, yeah. You know, but yeah, yeah. From fifth to senior year. So for 7 years, I went to school in Chicago. But um, what I see y'all doing is like y'all have a hard time accepting that. Like, yeah, you're American esque. And I'm gonna say this while I'm at it because I forgot about this part. I think one of the issues is with a lot of you guys, y'all come here and y'all having a revelation and realizing you'll never be a full American. And that's not no fault of your own. Um, you know, white America would never accept you as a American. Ask Asian Americans and Muslim Americans and you know shoot Samoans, Africans, Caribbean, you're gonna always you can be designated as a something American, but you'll never be an American. And I think that rubs y'all the wrong way. And it's like, we could have told you that. We've all as Black Americans, we've always been othered, so we don't. It's like I don't know why y'all care. Like they'll never they'll never accept you as a quote unquote American. It's never gonna happen. So it's kind of like you're stuck. You know, you're no longer what you were or what you are because you're here. You can't really be fully one of let's quote unquote one of us here. And now it's just like a ball of confusion. But that's just from observation. Um, and some of the things that people have said over the years and personally and through social media, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Oh well, one more thing. It's difficult for you here because America doesn't necessarily accept your culture. And we get it. Like, you want to be proud to be you, but you can only bring it out on certain events. And it's like, hey, bro, you kind of gave up that when you got here. You didn't give it up, but the country doesn't care about it like you care about it, is what I'm trying to say. But, and you in your homeland might feel like you cosplaying while you're over here. So, it's crazy. That part I'm not 100% sure about, but I'm going to leave it at that. Catch y'all on the next one, though. Peace.